the regular meeting of council for September the 8th to order. There's an agenda in front of you. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda, please? Councilors Nation Cunningham. Any additions? All in favor? Any opposed? Carried. I'll note that Councillor Skelton Morvan is joining us remotely this evening. There is a time right now for any member of the public who wants to make a comment on any item that's in the agenda this evening, that if they want to come forward at this time, you can do that. I don't see anybody moving, so I'm going to go on. We have a presentation. I'll invite Ms. D'Angelo and Gaudette forward. Come on up to the microphone. You can sit yourself there. I don't think the microphone needs to stay on top of the pipe. Oh, there. Oh, I see. Oh, that's the other piece that's on top of the pipe. Ah, I got it. Thank you.
And do I put it on? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There it goes.
Perfect.
All right. Well, good evening, councillors and your worship, Mayor Herpond, and all the city workers that I see here, city staff. First off, I want to say thank you for all the work you do for our community. My name is Flora D'Angelo, and it's my partner there, Bev Gaudette. We're longtime residents, and we live in Prince Rupert by choice. We love our community, and we want the best for our community. That's why we're here this evening. We have some big concerns, and we feel that other citizens in our town need to hear some of our concerns. Prince Rupert has certainly experienced a bit of a downturn over the years. However, from what we read and from what we see, there is economic hope in the future. Industry is finding its way to Prince Rupert, and along with that, employees and their families are heading toward our city. This is where our concerns lie. When people come to Prince Rupert, will they, number one, find housing, and number two, and more importantly, will that housing be inspected to ensure that it is both fire and life safe? Our experience in purchasing a new build in this city has shown that there is a problem with how building permits are issued, how house inspections are done, and how inspection reports are filed. Things are broken around the building permit and inspection process in Prince Rupert. That's our experience. All the cities and city councillors, the mayor and the city staff know of our situation surrounding the purchase of a new build unit in Prince Rupert. Suffice it to say that our concerns stem from that experience. To laser our explanation, our concern can be summarized by 3 words. The first is codes. Building codes are predicated on tragic situations. Building codes are reviewed and changed in order to ensure that people's lives are safe, so that there is fire safety and life safety in our homes. Building codes are in place so that people can be assured that they are safe in their homes. Municipal building departments are there to ensure building codes are upheld in order to ensure the safety of their citizens, so that their citizens can sleep safely in their homes. Final occupancy permits should be issued only after fire department inspections, and the city inspectors have thoroughly ensured that building codes have been followed and all is in good order. That's what final occupancy permits mean. Patent and latent defects need to be caught during a build and definitely before final occupancy permits are given. Municipal building departments are the last line of defense by the buyer. Our concern is Prince Rupert ensuring renovations and new builds are done to code. In our unfortunate experience, we believed that all completed city inspections and a final occupancy permit met that our new build purchase was up to code. That proved not to be accurate. And now we are concerned that this may not be true for others. The second concern, capacity. Stated simply, does the City of Prince Rupert's building department have the adequate capacity and sufficient protocols in place to ensure that the city's citizens of Prince Rupert can be both fire and life safe in their homes? Are there enough inspectors to do a good job of inspections? Are inspectors adequately qualified? When a knowledge base is lacking, is outside support hired or is help sought out in order to do the job correctly and to code? Capacity, both in manpower and knowledge, is vital if the building department inspections are to be done correctly. Can the people of Prince Rupert, new and old citizens alike, be assured that the Prince Rupert Building Department can adequately inspect renovated homes and new builds so that life and fire safe building codes are upheld? Our concern, based on our experience, can Prince Rupert's Building Department do the job it was established to do? The third concern is complacency. There appears to be a grave level of complacency in Prince Rupert around ensuring that buildings are to code and the willingness to act when unsafe homes are discovered. Our concern, put simply, when mistakes are made, does the City of Prince Rupert act with urgency to make things right? Our personal experience has involved a lot of shrugging of the shoulders and wringing of hands from the building department and a reluctance or seeming a reluctance to make things right. So these are our overall concerns: codes, capacity, and complacency. And these point to a more grave concern for the citizens of Prince Rupert, because that's really who we're speaking to this evening. Confidence. Can the citizens of Prince Rupert have confidence in the inspections conducted by the city's building department? Our experience has led us to see that the system around issuing building permits and completing accurate building inspections is broken in Prince Rupert. Yes, mistakes happen. But when mistakes happen, is there urgency in taking action to fix the mistakes? Can the citizens of Prince Rupert confidently know that Prince Rupert city staff and elected representatives will act quickly to ensure its citizens are safe in their homes? In essence, what we're talking about, Bev and I, is the moral obligation and moral responsibility the city of Prince Rupert has towards its citizens. So ultimately, we're not here this evening to lay blame. We're here this evening to bring attention to major concerns about the way building permits are issued and homes are inspected. We're here to encourage the city of Prince Rupert to exercise its moral responsibility. Codes, capacity, complacency are the concerns. Moral responsibility is the key to addressing these concerns. We, the people of Prince Rupert, need to have confidence that building permits are granted according to laws, that inspections are completed with knowledgeable diligence, and occupancy permits are given according to building codes. The citizens of Prince Rupert need to know with confidence that we can rely on the building department to ensure our homes are fire and life safe. Thanks for listening, and I hope I've brought this to your attention. Thank you.
Thank you. I do appreciate you coming forward. Very clear presentation. Thank you. We will move on to the consent agenda. There in the consent agenda are the minutes of the special meeting to close of August 18th, the minutes of the regular meeting of August 18th, report from the fire chief with regards to monthly fire rescue report. There's a report from the chief financial officer for the June financial variance report, report from the planning department with regards to development activity for July and August, a report from planning with regards to donation of sculptures. There's a letter from the city of Prince George with regards to UBCM member municipalities regarding UBCM resolutions. I won't read them all, but there's a number of them there, with the recommendation that all of the items on the consent agenda be approved or received as requested. Councillor Forster, and I'm looking for a seconder. Councillor Randhawa, you want to speak to something. Councillor Forster.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A couple of things. The sculptures, I think that's wonderful. I recognize it will cost the city some money for upkeep, but I still think it's quite a wonderful investment. I did want to talk a bit about the Prince George resolutions, specifically resolution number 2 about a regional secure psychiatric facility, the human trafficking, which will be UBCM NR 57, and the BC ambulance, which will be EB7. The psychiatric one, my concern with that, while I fully agree we need to have more psychiatric facilities in the north, and stop, we need more. My concern is that people that are accessing mental health services from our community or our neighboring communities, Prince George is too far. I wonder if we shouldn't be advocating for something, supporting that, but also looking to support something more in our northwest area. And so that's my hesitation with that, is because it isn't going to UBCM, it's being considered a regional resolution.
Right.
Prince George is too far for people that are experiencing acute psychiatric conditions to have to navigate to get home. There's too many opportunities to fall by the wayside when you leave Prince George. It's not down the road. It's quite a significant endeavor to get home. And so I'd like to see us advocate for something in our area. The human trafficking, strongly support and wonder if there's something we can do to write a letter in support of that one, as well the library one and the conservation officer one. Those are all great ones. My big concern is the BC ambulance one. So while I agree municipalities should not be responsible for paying for emergency care, that should fall within the healthcare system, so billing that back. My concern is actually their statement in there about pre-hospital care. So several years ago, the government wanted to take some of the ambulance and fire department staff that weren't as busy and have them go and do healthy visits on our long-term, or our people that are living at home, start doing wound care, things like that. We have a nursing population that is specifically trained in doing that, and I'm concerned that the way that they have written this resolution, somebody might look at that and go, oh, the municipalities agree that we should take that work away from trained professionals in nurses, start training up other people to do this work. And that can be quite dangerous, because part of what a nurse does when they go and do a home care visit is they assess the person as a whole person, a head to toe assessment, and that's part of where primary care came into place. I could get behind this if we specifically said that this would not take away services offered by home care nursing or by trained healthcare professionals. But the way they've written it, I think it's too much of a slippery slope into offering up to decision makers that are firefighters, who we need to be available if there is a fire,
right,
or our emergency, our ambulance attendants, if there is a cardiac arrest. I don't want them in somebody's home in the middle of a dressing change when they need to be able to go and respond.
Right. So if I understand the intention of the Prince George resolution, it is to, and I want to be clear here. I'm supporting what you're saying. Okay, so roundabout. It is simply to ensure that where municipalities are incurring costs in providing basically ambulance service, we get compensated for it, which we don't right now, right? Our fire trucks roll, they go do their thing. Your concern is that the approach of this is that it could ultimately reduce other services. So perhaps at UBCM, you may want to speak to a friendly amendment to that motion.
Happy to do that, but I did want to also flag it in case other people
Right.
saw it differently.
Yeah. Any other comments from Councillor Cunningham?
When I read this, I didn't read that into it. You know, like, and looking at it again, I just don't see it. But maybe we'll have a conversation after and you can point it out to me, because I really do think we should be compensated when our fire department is going to an ambulance call and has to wait 20 minutes, half an hour, and tie our municipal fire department up. You know, it's something that I read into this.
Yeah. So
But,
I think there's room for both
Yeah.
because they don't oppose each other. And I think the practical reality is the province isn't going to give us a dime.
I'm not finished. I really strongly support the CEO, because I don't know how many times we have a wolf problem in Rupert and they don't come down here for 2-3 days.
Right.
And then the other thing is on the sculpture. I support it 100%. I think the scope should be changed a little bit, not just to public art, but enhancing tourism. This specifically is for tourism. And if anyone goes down to the dock there and sees that big heart with I Love Prince Rupert, and the number of people that are standing in front of it or behind it, getting their picture taken, and that goes all over the world. And you know, it's really something. And it's sad that this is being passed in September when it should have been there earlier. So during tourist season, we could have seen it out there. I know a lot of work goes into this stuff, and our staff's working to the hilt as it is. But you know, it's things like this that, you know, sometimes, you know, this in Mariner Park or Salt Flats, these sculptures are going to get a high volume of use and that, and I think it's a great idea.
All right. Any other comments? All in favor? Oh, sorry, Councillor Randawa.
Yeah, same. I'm supporting the arguments by the Terry Foster, councillor. So I'm favoring her.
Okay.
Like I don't support like regional psychiatric and the ambulance. Like I support her.
Okay. All in favor? Any opposed? It is carried. Thank you very much. Moving on, we have reports. We have a report from the Chief Financial Officer with regards to permissive property tax exemption. Recommendation is that Council consider repeal of the permissive property tax exemption bylaw number 3551 2023 and replace it with permissive property tax exemption bylaw number 3665 2025. This is pretty much an administrative procedure that just updates the permissive tax exemptions for various properties, places of worship, museum, golf club, those kinds of properties, community, Navy League. Can I have a motion, please, to support the recommendation? Councillors Adie and Randawa, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? It's carried. I'll note that we'll address the actual bylaw coming up. Report from the Chief Administrative Officer with regards to the 3 replica poles at the Recreation Center. Proposal that Council support the relocation of the 3 replica poles, totem poles at the Recreation Center around the All Native Tournament dates 2026. Can I have a motion, please? Councillor Forster and Councillor Cunningham. Any discussion? CEO Pucci, did you want to speak to this?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So just when we talk about around the All Native basketball tournament dates, it wouldn't be during the that week, just because of there's a lot going on, and likely all of the accommodations will be booked up. So it'll either be right before or right after, and we would be setting up a committee to start planning that exercise and looking for additional funding. Thank you.
For members of the public who may not be aware, why would you relocate? Why would you take them down? The concern there, and this is something that's been in a discussion for quite some time, is poles, of course, have a limited life, and when they fall, they represent a hazard, or it's particularly in high winds. Traditionally, in Tsimshian culture, where the pole falls, it should lie. So should one of those poles fall across the road in front of the Civic Center, we're going to have a hard time being culturally appropriate. So this was a case of trying to get in front of that and say, how can we respectfully handle these pieces of art, because they're beautiful pieces of art, and do it in a culturally sensitive way that also protects the public. And so that's the intention behind this particular discussion. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Any opposed? It is carried. We now have a bylaw, which we discussed earlier. It's the City of Prince Rupert Permissive Property Tax Exemption Bylaw number 3665, 2025. The recommendation is that Council repeal the City of Prince Rupert Permissive Property Tax Exemption Bylaw number 3521, 2023, and that Council introduce and give first, second, and third reading to the City of Prince Rupert Permissive Property Tax Exemption Bylaw number 3665, 2025. Can I have a motion, please? Councilors Randhawa and Adie. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? It is carried. We now move on to Council Roundtable. Councilors. Councilor Niche.
I just wanted to thank the Port Authority for the tour of Ridley Island today, and just just to be able to see up front what is going on, with such massive development, and a lot of people around our community, they base what's going on in our community as they see our downtown, which we know is lagging behind what else is going on. But if everyone had the opportunity to go see what's going on Ridley Island and see the $3 billion worth of projects that are getting built and the people that are out there doing it, it's an amazing sight, and it's exciting to see. And we can consider ourselves fortunate to be a community that it was able to rebound from the days of our pulp mill closing to where we're heading now. Unfortunately, people just can't get to see it unless they're out on the boat, or they happen to see some drone footage, or they're not able to see it. But I had the opportunity today, along with a few of us in this room, and it was great to see it, because it's been a few years since I've been out there.
Great. Councilor Cunningham.
Just a quick question to Director Jordan. First Street.
Can you direct your question towards me, and then I'll make sure.
Yeah, First Street. When's that going to be back up and in use? It's been out for a while, and with the 3rd Avenue McBride roundabout detours and that, a lot of people are coming down 3rd, realize they can't turn left until they go down to Seal Cove, so they're pulling U-turns right in the middle of 3rd Avenue, and it's causing a bit of a traffic schmozzle, turmoil there.
So the question is about
When's First Street gonna be back?
3rd Street?
First Street.
First Street. Oh, First Street, where the big hole is. Director Schmidt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So with that excavation there that's open, we're isolating the water main for the roundabout work, and the water main failed there. So it's actually under design right now. It's an unplanned project. So we're working through the design with the engineers, and we don't have a schedule yet to open it. The water leak actually undermined the road there, so the road's unsafe to drive on right now.
Okay. So in line with that, appreciate your answer. As soon as there's something that more concrete, can we have a report to council on that in terms of when that road would be open? Any Councilor Adie.
Thank you. At the risk of nitpicking, at the last meeting, I suggested that we have an agenda item that would be responses to questions asked in previous meetings. And I noticed that it wasn't here yet. I'm confident that it was accidental oversight. But I just want to confirm that that's going to get there. And
CAO Pucci.
Yes, it will be getting there. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We missed it this time. Thank you.
Councillor Ady.
And in the spirit of that, the question that provoked the suggestion in the first place, I'm also confident that there's an answer to it. It was with respect to, I don't know, it might have been a year ago, a tender for the design of the wastewater treatment, and some questions as a follow-up as to whether the choice made proved in the end to be cost effective, as we were assured that it would be. And I think we're just looking to see how that turned out. And then I have one more thing after that.
CAO Pucci.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to defer to Director Schmidt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I believe that was in reference to RFP 24-0012, the constructed wetland design. So the low bidder was awarded that and actually came right on budget, and we just got the final invoice last month.
Councillor Ady.
And my last question is with regard to the roundabout. And if in fact we can't get an answer, then I'll have proved the usefulness of adding an agenda item. I understand that the roundabout and the routing of it is not a city initiative, but the question I'm hearing quite often is with respect to the 3rd Avenue traffic light on McBride and what will happen at times when the traffic is fairly heavy and that light goes red. Is the traffic going to back up into the roundabout? Because I'm English, so I've experienced roundabouts, and they're really good as long as everybody's moving. They really suck if nobody's moving. So I'm just wondering if we have any information on that.
CAO Pucci.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, Councillor, you're correct. It is a ministry thoroughfare. So we don't have that information on us, but we can go and ask the ministry for that. I know that that design had been underway for several years and with traffic engineers and different modeling. So I'm sure they've accounted for that in their design, and we'll just confirm that and get back to council. Thank you.
Councillor Forrester.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just wanted to flag for people in the community that the Governor General of Canada's Leadership Conference is coming up in 2026. I'm an alumni, and they've extended applications to September 30th. So if there are any mid-career leaders out there that are considering, I highly encourage you to apply. You can reach out to me. I can tell you about it. We are working to make Prince Rupert one of the stops for the BC tour because we are an amazing city. But there's a lot of leadership opportunities for people that are hoping to learn more across Canada. The other thing I wanted to talk about, similar to Councillor Ady's past discussion we had, was about the cemetery bylaw. So hoping when we get an opportunity to revisit that, we can, because I think Councillor Cunningham and I have raised it.
Right.
Thank you.
CAO Pucci.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we have several bylaws that are in progress right now. We have the fire bylaw, cemetery, marina, and good neighbor bylaw, and they're all planning to come back in October and November. Thank you.
Councillor Randawa.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, people keep on asking questions like paving schedule or timeline when that will be starting.
Timeline for the
Paving?
for the paving.
Yeah.
For just in the community
Okay.
broad. All right. CAO Pucci.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to defer to
Director Schmidt.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So unfortunately, it was pushed back again. So the paving contractor pushed it to September 15th as a start, to September 30th is the schedule. Per the contract, it must be completed by September 30th.
Wow. Councillor Ady.
As a follow-up to that, I think I'm offering a commentary towards what we might do differently next year. Given that the climate for paving is in Prince Rupert is probably from the month of May to arguably the end of September, I'm just wondering if there's a reason why we couldn't get the tenders and the bids done earlier in the year, so that we'd have a bigger window for the paving to take place. Because the concern would be this late in the year, the weather could drop a hammer on it, and and it won't get done in the window.
CAO Pucci.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So part of it relies on our construction schedule. So we are also doing work during the construction season. So if we pave too early, then we'll miss a lot of our work that we're currently doing during the construction season. So it's this awkward balance of trying to do it not too late to ensure that we've paved over a lot of the holes that we've created doing our capital program. So it's always a tough piece. Every year we seem to have this struggle. But I think that we can take a look internally at our processes and see if we can come up with maybe a better structured phased approach possibly. Thank you.
Councillor Cunningham.
Could we not do the paving contract in 2 phases? The
I-
standard everyday phasing that we do?
That's essentially what,
And then the actual big project
Yeah.
would be a separate phase?
Yeah.
Because, you know, is there anything in that paving contract that lets them off the hook if they can't pave because of monsoons or something like that?
yeah. Are you looking for an answer for that?
Yeah,
or-
for that one, yeah, because from the 15th to the 30th of September.
So the question is, if weather delay means that between the 15th and the 30th, they get zero paving done, is there a penalty to them?
I'll have to defer that to Director Schmidt.
Director
He did
Schmidt.
the Contract.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So there is a clause in there that there's a placing standard for our code, so they cannot place in those monsoons, and there is delay claims on there. So they pushed it to the last little bit. So say we do get into monsoon season here, and they can't place in the proper standards, there are delay claims we can go after.
I think, broadly, you can read that council's concerned. We've got people who have put up with pretty rough roads and they've been good, they've been patient, but we've been assuring them they'll get paved this year. And I hope that the weather stays good and that there's no problems, but starting on September 15th in this place is a little bit scary. Any other comments or questions from council? Entertain a motion to adjourn. Councilors Cunningham and Nish, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? It is carried.